Hello, Jared Torres here. I am going to give you a quick video snapshot of what data looks like in my current position. So, first, let's start with my goals. Currently, I am in the administrative leadership program. My future goal would be to be a vice president one day. So that's what I'm looking for in terms of my future in higher education. What is data? To me, after speaking with my colleagues and reading some of the material, best way for me to describe data in my current position is that it's information that's collected or gathered in order to make the best informed decision possible. And so, with that in mind, the two types of data that seem to come up the most in conversations were revolved obviously around quantitative data, meaning uh, quantity, numeric value. So, some of the easiest examples right off the bat are enrollment numbers. That's something that I know in our department we look at literally every day. Our institutional effectiveness program. Our director sends several key members on campus a daily report. So every day we get a number, what our current enrollment is, what that enrollment is like compared to the previous year, day to day comparison. So we know, are we up 3% over last year? Are we down 5% from last year? Where, whether we're up or down, what's our numbers look like for first time in college students, what's our dual credit number look like. And then of course we get some qualitative data such as, is the traditional student, are they a full-time or part-time student? For our dual credit students, are they taking classes with an embedded faculty on their high school campus, or are they taking them online? Are the courses they taking, if they are online, are they are we offering those to them with some full-time faculty, or are we using adjuncts, things of that nature? So here on my whiteboard, what you can see, this is a list of all of the schools that are in our service area. So all of these high schools on the board, um, we offer dual credit classes to in our service area. So we collect a lot of quantitative data, obviously enrollment numbers for each of these high schools, but we also look at the number of credit hours that they're taking. We look at the moving into the spring semester. We get a snapshot of how many students at these high schools, how many of these seniors will be receiving their core completion certificate, how many will be graduating with their associate's degree. What you see over here in this corner, right here, this is Ector County Independent School District. So those of you that aren't familiar with West Texas, we're here in Odessa, Texas, and we have two very large comprehensive high schools, Odessa High School and Permian High School, that both have right around 4,000 students. And they have a large career technical workforce education program that we offer dual credit through. And so this is a list of those courses. This actually has to do with enrollment. And these are the programs that we have. All of the classes are built, all the students are registered. We're good to go for our start date on Monday. There's a few X's that means we're not quite there. There's a couple of these that represent programs that we wanted to start, but we didn't get the response we had hoped for. But again, we can use data that could look very quantitative in here, but within that, we also will be collecting some qualitative data as well. And so, how does this data relate to the current topics? Well, I think for us in higher education, Current topics that just come to mind as soon as I saw that were access, retention, and persistence. Again, for higher education, getting more students into the education pipeline is a critical component. And so looking at the data, looking at research as to ways to increase access. And then once we increase that access, we bring more students onto campus. How do we retain them? How do we keep those students here from semester to semester, from academic year to the following academic year, so that ultimately they walk across that stage as a college graduate? And so, again, those three areas, as far as current topics, are areas that I think are critical. They're definitely areas that I want to learn and explore more about and see how I can get better at using the data to help toward that end.